Thank you, Tom. That was really a very deep insight into how art, culture, and sports is actually the soul of a society. And it's apparent from the three portraits that were just drawn here with such adroitness that we are shifting as a nation. And I'd like to now get very brief comments from you before we throw the house open to questions. Professor Kachu, can we hold the question till the end of the session, please? What I would like, I mean, it's the democracy that we talk about is an anthropogenic perspective. But we live in a world where in the last 40 years, we've also lost 52% of our vertebrate species. And democracy of life means in the web of life, every species has a right to live. So the human race doesn't own the planet. And as was rightly pointed out at one of the sessions, we are Vasundharai Kutumbakam. The whole world is one big family. So as India is poised for growth and is making this shift, I'd like your thoughts on how, as we move forward, what is that one most important thing, according to you, that we must keep on our radar as we trundle along? So can I ask Professor Gadgil?
Thank you. And I would like to make an additional point. I would like to take an issue with Hariji about nature's way. What is special about humans? Humans, unlike all other animals, including highly social animals like honeybees, cooperate amongst each other regardless of blood relationships. The honeybee hive is a group of sisters and mothers and cousins. Humans are special in our ties of reciprocation with people we have no blood relationship whatsoever, and that is what has made humans really achieve the position in the animal world that we have achieved. I am a student of evolutionary biology, and we talk about humans as super cooperators. And as super cooperators, yes, of course, there is meritocracy. But what is more and more emerging is that real success comes from involving everybody, not just those who are supposed to have special merit. And let me take one example, और टॉम अल्टरजी ने भी जो बोला था वो थोड़ा मैं बोलूँगा उसके बारे में भी. There is today in the world access to information, knowledge of the world as never before. There is on the web you go a phenomenon called Wikipedia. And in that Wikipedia, you have hundreds of thousands of times actually the information that was earlier in Encyclopedia Britannica and completely free. And how did Wikipedia develop? The history is interesting. When they began in 2000, there was a project called Nupedia. And the project said, well, meritocracy. Experts will do rule the world, and therefore only experts will write in this encyclopedia, but it will be free. Well, it turns out that experts will do nothing for free. They want money. So there was hardly any response to Nupedia. But the Wikipedia was a movement for making everything free as a voluntary effort. So nobody was being paid. Wikipedia doesn't carry advertisements. Voluntary contributions, small voluntary contributions are taken forward. So they threw it open to everybody to be involved. And as soon as everybody was involved, experts became active because one of the actually Ward Cunningham, who is an important contributor to this whole open source free software movement, said, what experts love, of course, money, but even more than that, pointing out other people's mistakes. So when the common people started contributing, experts became active. And today, Wikipedia is wonderful. And I was following this whole history, and I'm interested a little bit in economic theory as an amateur. The economists had said right at the beginning that this is going to fail. Nobody is making any money out of it. Nobody is getting any prestige out of it because it is all anonymous. Ye kya hoga? It will never succeed. But it is now an enormous success to the level, तो आप जैसे कह रहे थे, it really struck me that there was this movie Chennai Express. तो उसमें एक डांस है ना, लुंगी डांस. तो मेरी granddaughters, they are all the time teaching me newer and newer Bollywood songs and dances. तो एक दिन बोले चलो अब तुझे लुंगी डांस सिखाएंगे. तो ठीक है, मुँह को थोड़ा राउंड घुमा के अंडा जैसा चश्मा लगा के शुरू किया. तो उसमें बाद में क्या है, घर जाके गूगल कर लो, मेरे बारे में विकिपीडिया पे पढ़ लो. तो शाहरुख खान कह रहा है कि what economists declare that given human rationality and pursuit of money or utility, what will never succeed has succeeded incredibly. It is this cooperative spirit. It is everybody coming together. And that, I think, is the great achievement of modern times. That what we must now take this further, which we have failed to do, unfortunately, is to take this. Of course, we have very importantly right to information, which has come out of all this, these technological developments. Now people must really get empowered, and there should be, aapne jo kaha about panchayats and so on, there is actually for ward sabhas, gram sabhas, for complete participation, a possibility exists very much in our constitutional framework. It is not being operationalized. We must now take information, understanding, and ability to participate in decision making right down to the grassroots. And then, like Wikipedia has become a completely unlikely success, perhaps India, who people might have thought is never likely to succeed, may become a tremendous success. I think that is the key, to really take knowledge and actually democratic voice, power to play a role in decision making about what development is all about, right down to the people. Thank you.
Sir, माझी काय चूक आहे? मी काय केलं? तुम्ही म्हटलं I've got an issue with you. I'm shivering already.
If you agree, I have no problem.
I'm very confused. Animals don't read Wikipedia, unfortunately. But anyway, good points made, sir. Meera, make it short because we're running out of time.
I'll make it short. I would say, how do we build sustainable livelihoods along with economic growth? I think that is going to be the core challenge for us. And in this process, I would combine both what Professor Gadgil said and what Tom said. We as Indians need to be able to work more together as teams. We are very, very weak in that. We are individualistic. Our ability to work together as teams is weak. We need to inculcate that from the school onwards in terms of school projects where groups of children work together in terms of sports and team sports. But at the same time, we need to ensure that we don't pull down people to a level of mediocrity, but allow individual excellence to flourish. Now, again, it's always a question of balancing between different objectives and how we achieve that perfect balance. It may not be perfect. We are going to progress imperfectly at times. Sometimes there are no perfect solutions, but you choose the least worst solution in various circumstances. And that is the virtue, and that's the beauty of democracy. It's not black and white. There are shades of gray, and we have to learn to accept those different shades and their ambiguity, to embrace it, in fact, as we move forward.
I think I've said more than enough, but thank you for giving me the chance. And I just want to wish the next test series against South Africa in October. May we win another test series, and may IPL be banned within the next 1 year. Thank you.
Meeta, you want to say something?
No, I think I can't better what they said. So, do we have time for some questions, Harry?
Do we have questions?
Because I saw a few raised hands.
Other than cricket, anything else?
don't have a question, but I have a comment or
Yeah,
some-
please,
a
make it
remark
short,
and
sir.
Yeah,
Thank
very short. I have a small experience working with the governments, various governments of India. And I
You
think
want to
they're
introduce
confused.
yourself to the people who are new? Just introduce yourself.
My name is Raj Kachru. I'm a social worker for the last 7 years now. Before that, I used to be an academic. I have come to the conclusion that the governments, particular bureaucracies in all the governments, are confused between two words, administration and management. Until this is resolved, we will never see development at the social sector, grassroots level, what Professor was talking about. Maybe 50 years ago, it was good to administer certain things. The money was small. Now, a program like Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, which spends 50,000 crore rupees a year, is not managed. It's administered by a couple of bureaucrats with 3 consultants. Never has been audited so far. Nobody knows where the money goes. Just few reports. So until this idea of proper managing the money, which is huge now, it's not like what it used to be 50 years ago. 50,000 crores is $10 billion by even big by American standards. So the result of all the social sector programs of governments of India and various governments, including children's programs and women's programs and things, the results are not there. And this is all because we are holding on to the same structure that we started 50 years ago or 60 years ago of spending the monies. Until this is resolved in India, what is to be administered is human resources. Money, 50,000 crores,
Point
is
made,
proper
sir.
money to be managed.
Brilliant. I
Thank
think good point. Anything else? Anyone else? Great. I'm going to basically end this session with a small Osho story. It's about this great philosopher, Lao Tzu, who was asked throughout his life, कि गुरुजी आपने क्या सीखा है? What have you learned? Why don't you share this secret with us? And he always kept quiet. And the more he kept quiet, the more they kept asking him, what is it that you've learned? What is it that you've learned? Why don't you share it with us? Finally, he became 80 years old and he decided to move away and go and quietly die in the Himalayas. So as he was getting out of the Chinese border, he was stopped by the police and said, the emperor has sent instructions that unless you share your secret, we will not allow you to go. And that's when he wrote a small little booklet. But the first sentence of that booklet is very important. I think it's very important for us as well. And the first sentence was the following. That which can be said is a lie. That which can be said is a lie because the truth can never be told. Ladies and gentlemen, with those thoughts, I want to thank this panel for an amazing session right across the line between ecology, cricket, badminton, boxing, and democracy. Thank you very much, Meeta, all three of you. Lovely. Thank you so much.